Hi there, heroes! For today's adventure, we'll be doing a little something different. Welcome to the Super Shoutout. A lot of work has gone into making these last 6 months worth of videos. Research, interviews, coordinating, editing, obviously. And I want to draw attention to the creators that have put in the work to make Let's Be Superheroes happen. This is also an opportunity to shout out some of the creators that have inspired us, and some of the other groups that have been shouted out to us by our followers on social media. I'll get the ball rolling by talking a little bit about myself. Hi, my name is Jake Brody. I'm sure that most of you already know me and discovered this channel through my previous work on Database Rangers Power Reviews, which is my personal channel where I spent 12 years producing a 100-episode web series centered around my favorite fictional superhero franchise, Power Rangers. If you enjoy seeing your media analysis presented through comedic storylines and sketches, but would like to see something a bit more serialized with long-running plot lines, mysteries, character arcs, action, and adventure that very well may get you tearing up by the time you reach the end, then by all means, check out Database Rangers Power Reviews. There's also a ton of other content there too, like the off-the-cuff thoughts on the franchise through live reactions with my spouse MJ, deeper looks and rapid run-throughs done in collaboration with Morphin Legacy, and various other live streams and standalone videos tackling topics like voting rights, autism, and the rise of fascism in our modern day. In real life, I'm a physics teacher, father of 2, and trying my best to volunteer in my community and use this platform to inspire others to get involved as well. But that's enough about me. Let's take a look at some of the other creators that make Let's Be Superheroes possible. Starting with Henry Kathman. Henry has already appeared twice on this channel, drawing attention to teachers' unions and the concept of coalition mapping. On his own channel, Henry produces video essays about animation, film, video games, and pop culture, tackling topics like the Moomin franchise, Studio Ghibli, Centaur World, stop-motion horror, cozy video games, and much, much more. So if you enjoy curling up with a cup of tea and watching critical media analysis on some of your favorite comfort franchises being delivered by an actual English teacher, make sure to check him out. And if you go to his website at henrykathman.com, you can also find some of Henry's other projects, including the Pink Isle podcast, where he and his co-host Emma Corey discuss Barbie, Bratz, American Girl dolls, Tinkerbell, and the shockingly large media franchises spun off from those properties. Henry's also created an unofficial tabletop RPG for the Cartoon Network series Infinity Train, so if you enjoy that show and want to continue the adventure with your friends, there's a 94-page illustrated guidebook free for download along with all the core materials you need to start your game. There's even an original soundtrack available for those who choose to donate, composed by Henry's frequent collaborator Molly Noise, whose music you may have heard before if you've seen Henry's videos on this very channel. You can find more of her work at mollynoise.bandcamp.com. Next up, we have Sam M. the Demifemme, who produced our tour through the Queer Liberation Library. Sam's channel is home to La Femme Fictionale, where they talk about women, feminism, and its applications within pop culture and media at large. If you enjoy musicals, the MCU, Star Wars, or basically any media franchise with Natalie Portman, feel free to check them out. And speaking of Star Wars, there's also Sam's current podcast project, 6 Degrees of Star Wars, where a rotating collection of co-hosts meets up every 2 weeks to discuss a movie or TV show that is somehow related to the ubiquitous Star Wars franchise, whether through sharing a cast member, sharing a crew member, parodying the films, or actually being a Lucasfilm or George Lucas production. Check out their 50th episode if you would like to hear me voicing a conversation between both Han Solo and Chewbacca in Shakespearean verse. And rounding things off, we have the Orange Ranger of Orange Ranger Videos, a fellow Power Rangers creator who recently spotlighted Side with Love. Much like myself, he's spent over a decade reviewing Power Rangers episodes through a comedic, character-driven lens. But he also reviews some lesser-known American tokusatsu productions as well, like Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills and Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, along with analysis of many of the Power Rangers comics and major Power Rangers news. But if for some reason you're not interested in spandex-clad superheroes fighting rubber-suit monsters, he also hosts Orange Ranger Plays, a Let's Play channel where he not only plays Power Rangers games, but also classics like Zelda, Mario, Bloodborne, Star Trek, and Far Cry. Feel free to give that channel a little love and check out his current run through the world of Chrono Trigger. Now, those are just the creators who have been involved so far. We have other people we're coordinating with as well, and I'm looking forward to showcasing them too in the coming months. But we're not the only ones out there who've been trying to do their part. There are tons of other channels that we draw inspiration from that are also helping to support important causes. I first met Henry and Sam through the Worlds Elsewhere Theater Company, an online theater group that was originally established in the summer of 2020, and has utilized many of their productions as a means of raising awareness and funds for a myriad of different causes, including community bail funds, Trans Lifeline, Mermaids UK, Amnesty International, Equality Texas, and the International Rescue Committee. You can learn more about Worlds Elsewhere and the many causes they have championed at worlds-elsewhere.com. And while you're at it, why not check out Kyle Cowren, one of the original founders of Worlds Elsewhere and an acclaimed video essayist in his own right, who has been in the game so long that he was one of my original inspirations for starting Power Reviews. He is perhaps best known for covering art house cinema, Shakespeare, and engaging in critical analysis through an anti-fascist lens. He's also currently supporting a pair of GoFundMe campaigns to assist LGBTQ refugees in South Sudan. So jump on over to his channel if you would like to learn more. And speaking of inspirations, sometimes when we're trying to decide where our monthly donation should go, we look to other creators. Henry and Kyle both recently introduced me to the work of Turb, a great collaborative video essay and commentary YouTuber who recently spearheaded a week-long live stream with a ton of other great creators to raise funds for 7th Generation Rising, the locally run indigenous youth-led mutual aid organization that we previously shouted out in Henry's recent video on coalition mapping. Now, I know that we've touched on a number of different mutual aid groups over the last 6 months, but if you would like to learn more about what mutual aid actually is, the channel Andrewism did a video about it about 4 years ago that serves as a wonderful introduction. Andrewism also just covers a lot of interesting topics on systems of oppression and what a world without those systems may potentially look like. Beyond that, if you would like to learn more about the history of mutual aid, Prince Shakur did a video that literally came out the exact same week as our premiere video on Food Not Bombs, and his work does not shy away from some of the more brutal aspects of that history. Prince Shakur is an experienced activist and organizer who has been releasing a ton of videos lately on both the history of and how to engage safely with organized protest and direct action. But it's not just our fellow creators that inspire us. It's also you, our viewers. A few of you have already reached out in the comments and on Blue Sky to recommend organizations to us, and I am so sorry I've not been more on top of the social media game. Blame it on being a high school teacher with 2 young kids. But I still want to take a moment to shout out some of the groups that we hope to be able to look at more closely in the future. First off, thank you to Pure Nerdy for telling us about the Eagle's Nest Clubhouse in Ellsworth, Maine, a peer-run mental health recovery program that offers transitional, supported, and independent employment. It's a voluntary program that provides community activities and support to help its members break out of isolation and thrive through educational opportunities, skill sharing, and a myriad of other services. We've also had 3 different groups recommended to us by fellow Worlds Elsewhere alum Katie Duffy, starting with the Farm Stand movement, more specifically, Local Roots in Worcester, Ohio, which bills itself as the first ever farm stop, a core element of the movement. The idea is to cut out wholesalers and distributors to connect local farmers directly to a new kind of grocery store, allowing them to take home a much larger cut of their revenue from their own produce, giving small farms a real chance to survive in the ongoing fight against corporate agriculture. She also introduced us to Book Crossing, an organization that allows people to register their books with an online database, leave them out in random places in their community, and then track the site to see who picks them up and checks them out, functionally turning the world into one big communal library. So if you see a book lying out on a park bench, pick it up and peek inside the cover. If there's a Book Crossing code in there, it might have been left just for you. And finally, we have the Isaac Walton League of America, a 100-year-old organization that promotes community-based conservation and volunteer science while advocating for strong state and national policies to protect our air, water, and wildlife. The Clean Water Act of 1972, that was the culmination of 50 years of advocacy, and they are still fighting to maintain and strengthen those protections another 50 years later. There are so many amazing people out there who've been doing amazing work for so long, and we wish we could recognize all of them. In the meantime, I hope this serves as a nice introduction to just a few of the channels and groups that have been out there trying to make the world a better place. We'll be posting links below to all of the channels and organizations mentioned in this video, and I'll be making an active effort to highlight all these and more in our social media moving forward. Next month, we'll be back to our regular format with a video that I've been working on since mid-June on the National Union of the Homeless, and truly hope that I'll be able to do that group justice. In the meantime, I want to make special mention of a member of our team that I referenced earlier, Sean, the Orange Ranger. Sean sadly lost his mother this summer, so it was decided that this month's donations would be in honor of her. Native Forward is an organization that provides scholarships for the undergraduate, graduate, and professional education of tribal citizens. If you'd like to learn more about Native Forward, check out their website at nativeforward.org. Oh, and I should be getting back into character. And if you sign up for our Patreon, all proceeds for the month of September 2025 will go directly to Native Forward. Remember, the world can be a scary place, and that's why we need heroes. So until we meet again, let's all be superheroes, and I'll see you in the next adventure.